The content for our morning message might just ring a bell. When we face trials of any kind, really, things can start to take their toll. When is this going to be over? Well, I'm reminded of something that James says to Christians who are facing trials that are literally taking their toll. Many Christians we know from the book of Acts are facing murder, facing a persecution that's leading them to death, to be dragged off into prison. And James wants to encourage these Christians, and the very first thing that he says to them is, "Count it all joy, my brethren." When you fall into various trials, thankful he said various trials, because it applies to something that never existed at that time. He says, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience, and let patience have its perfect work, that you'll be complete, lacking nothing. And then he says, if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given. You see, God wants us to lack nothing. But he's going to send a trial that will test our faith. Our faith can't be in a society that will change overnight. Our faith can't be in an economy that will dip and ebb and flow, that can crash. Our faith must be in someone that cannot change, that someone that will never crash, someone that will never die. We're standing in a cemetery. Eventually, suffering is going to take its final toll, and that final toll will ring, and our mortal bell will breathe our last. So how are we to live now? As we suffer now, how are we to live? Blessed is the man who remains steadfast under trial, for when he has stood the test, he'll receive the crown of life which God has promised to those who love him. So we're to be patient, to stand the test, and put our faith in God, not in anything or anyone else. So as suffering starts taking its toll for you today, don't be belligerent with others. Be kind.